When we're young, we have an amazing, positive outlook about how great life is going to be, but somewhere along the line, we forget to dream and end up settling. Join Up Dots features amazing people who refuse to give up and chose to go after their dreams. This is your blueprint for greatness. So here's your host, live from the back of his garden in the UK, David Ralph.
Yes, hello there, good morning everybody, good morning, and welcome to Join Up Dots. This is the second of the mini-series, yes, it's a mini-series, I like to say that, of how to start your own business. You see, over the last few years, I used to get, and I still get, so many people that connect with me, and it pretty much is, yeah, I'd love to do this. I've been listening to you, but I just haven't got an idea. I just can't think. I don't know. And so I started off with doing the 8 Steps to Success PDF, which we talk about at the end of most shows, and you can go over to Join Up Dots and download that. And that was the kind of the 8 things that I found time and time again that people through Join Up Dots, the guests, the interviewees, my victims, were demonstrating, and it just seemed obvious time and time again that these are the steps to success. But then people get and say, yeah, that's okay, David. But I just, I've always been doing what I do, and I don't know what I want to do. There just seems to be so much choice. So if you listened to How to Start Your Own Business, Part 1, the award-winning, I can't even say it, I'm so excited, the award-winning Emmy podcast, then you will know that you have spent the last week or so doing an exercise. Yes, you should be sitting there every time you love something, every time you like something, and sometimes you hate stuff, just jotting it down on a list, because what we want to do is get an understanding of what you're all about, so that we can look at it and go, okay, if you group these things into a certain area, they're all about being outside. If you group all these things that you love doing, these are about fitness. If you like all these are about, computer stuff. And it's amazing how you can see what you actually like doing when you actually spend a bit of time on it, because you just don't, do you? You just get up when the alarm clock goes, and then you go down to the train station, or you get on the bus, or whatever you do, or if you're very posh, you might drive yourself to work, and then you sit there and you pretty much do what people tell you to do for the whole day, and then you come home and you traipse home and you make your dinner and go to bed after a little bit of Netflix time, and then you go again, and so you lose track of yourself. And so that's what these series of episodes are all about, giving you the understanding of how to find your thing. Now, so in that first episode, what we were saying is what you need to do is go back and look for clues and look at things that you loved doing when there was no money involved and you just enjoyed doing them as a kid. And lots of kids liked horses, and lots of kids liked drawing and plasticine and all that kind of, and it may not seem connected. You may think to yourself, how the hell can I make a business out of plasticine and Lego? It's not possible. Well, actually, just in that regard, I had a guy on the show, or he almost came on the show, and then for some reason he chickened out. I don't know why he did. And he was a lawyer who loved playing with Lego. And so he decided to actually become a businessman creating Lego masterpieces. And he's done really well for himself. And it's Lego. It's an adult playing with Lego. Go figure. And I can't remember what his name is, but you can Google it, ex-lawyer Lego maker, and he now has got his own sort of museum, and he's got his own sort of displays that he sends his models around the world, and then people ask him to build stuff, and so he pays, he gets paid to do it, and it's all Lego. So I don't think there's anything out there that you can't make a business on if you decide that you want to become the very best at it. Okay, so in the first episode, as we say, you get your list. And now what we want to do is take that list and we want to sort of look at those themes. So we're only focusing on the love and the like. And it might be the case that you like to go to the gym. It might be the case that you like to sit on the sofa in the evening. It might be the case that you like to dunk biscuits in a nice hot cup of coffee. It could be anything. Only you can decide on this. But what you've got to do is kind of generalize them. You look for themes and go down the list, and if you've done it right, you should have about 30 or 40 things in there, and start sort of just moving them around and circling them, and you might want to put sort of words next to what you love doing. For example, generalize outside, indoors, fitness, music, creativity, whatever you want to do, and you can sort of link those all up. Because what we want to do then, we want to look at the ones where we've got more things within those generalized themes. Okay, so for example, if we were doing one at the moment, we might sit down there, and as I said at the beginning, we might want to look at, you like to be outside, and you're in a job all the time, and you realize that every time you look out the window, you think, oh, I wish I was out there. I wish I could earn a living out in the outdoors. And believe me, you can, and you can do it in many different ways now. You can either create an online business, which we teach through Join Up Dots, where you can take your little laptop and you can sit on top of a mountain as long as there's Wi-Fi, building your business. I used to do a bit of that. I used to go off to Greece. No, it wasn't Greece. Where was it? It was some island, Tenerife, I think it was in Spain. And there was a little cafe right on the top of a cliff. And it had lovely Wi-Fi, or Wi-Fi, as they say over there. And I used to sit there looking out at the blue sky and the blue sea. It was glorious with my laptop. So I was kind of indoors, outdoors. I was still doing a kind of indoor computer job, but I was doing it well and wanted. So you take your themes, and you go over to Google and you type in the best jobs. I'm just doing it live now, so if I pull away from the microphone a little bit, that's why. So the best jobs in fitness and outside. Okay, and so I've taken two of the generalized themes. And if you put fitness and outside in speech marks, that works even better because it really narrows it down. So I'm just going to see what comes up. So I'm imagining I've sat here with you and you've decided that you like to be really active and you like to be outside. Okay, so I'm having a look down here and it says the best jobs in fitness and outside. So you could be a surf, ski, snowboard instructor. You could be adventure tour guide. You could be a lifeguard, a park forest ranger, a farmer, a marine biologist, a geologist, a wildland firefighter. You can be, let's have a look here, fitness industry, outside sales jobs. You could be a sales advisor outside in the fitness world. You could be a recreation and fitness worker. Now, what you need to do is obviously spend some time going up and down these things, because some of them you'll look at and you think, no idea. You know, a marine biologist, that means going back to school and studying and stuff. That's not something I want to do. I want to do it with the skills that I've got at the moment. Okay, but start looking at it and jotting down these kind of cool jobs. And what we'd like to do, we like to go and then go and have a look what other people are doing. So I'm just going through here at the moment, looking at ones that I might fancy if I was going to be an outside person, and I might say adventure tour guide. Okay, so I'm going to start typing in the best adventure tour guides. That's what I'm going to be. I'm going to be like Indiana Jones, taking people around the wilds of Essex, which is where I live. And it's quite hard to type while I've got my microphone right in front of me. Okay, so the best adventure tour guide jobs. Okay, and I'm breaking it down. So a tour leader manager in Western Europe, a tour leader manager, work as a tour leader for G Adventures. And all you do, you start looking and you start putting down things that you fancy doing. And it's nothing more than that. Get paid to travel, become a tour leader. And so I'm just looking at this. Do you have what it takes to become a travel guide? It can take you all over the world, but you'll need buckets of passion, endless knowledge, and a big dose of patience too. And I would just spend the next sort of 2 or 3 days, not constantly, because, you need to go to the toilet and eat and do stuff. But just spend like the next 2 or 3 days looking down your list and Googling and getting ideas and jotting down the things that sort of appeal to you and the things that kind of excite you. And when you look at it, you think, yeah, that'd be quite a good job. I've never thought about that. And the problem is we can only think about what we've seen. I think that's a big problem being a human. And we're all humans. The monkeys of the world aren't big on Join Up Dots. but they just like to swing around in tires and stuff. But the humans, they love it. And so you basically can only see what you can see. So if you've spent, and I used to find this all the time. That people used to work with me and they used to say, David, I'm fed up with this job. I'm going to leave. I'm going to go out and do something else. And I go, well, what do you want to do? Well, I want to do something crazy. I want to do something mad. And so they literally quit and then get the same job in another office, because it's the only thing that they think they can do, and it's the only thing that they feel comfortable with. So they just go from that comfort zone into another comfort zone, and it's obvious they're still not going to like it. You got to do something that speaks to the heart and really, really gives you passion. Okay. So that's the second stage of finding your thing. Start looking at what other people are doing, and some of it might appeal and some of it won't. But the more you delve down and you do your research, the more you will start seeing the possibilities. I only became a podcaster because I started listening to podcasts and thinking, I think I could do this. I think this might be something that I would enjoy. Before that, I couldn't have done it because I wouldn't have known they existed. And there are jobs out there that are so bizarre, you will not be able to just uncover them just by a couple of days. You need to get out there and start talking to people, which is probably going to be the next episode, or maybe I will change. So there we go, episode 2. So do episode 1 first of all, and start looking at yourself and start delving down into the things that you love, like, and hate, and then start looking at that list. Once you've done that, it should take you 3 weeks or whatever to really get a detailed list of what you like, and then start looking at it and circle the things and say, yep, that's an outside stuff, that's an inside stuff, that's creative, that's music, and then start looking at that and thinking, blimey, I've got about 5 music things here. Can I start doing something within that field? And then start Googling and finding out what other people are doing within that field to see what you fancy doing. Because if you fancy it, it's a good starting point. And then you can move forward from there. Okay, so bit of work for you. Bit of work with you, people, on this how to start your own business mini-series. There you go, I've said it again. And obviously next week we're going to have part 3, which will lead into other areas of creating it. But creating an online business isn't hard. Creating any business isn't hard as long as you know what you're aiming for. And once you know what you're aiming for and you can focus in that direction, then it's quite easy. It's when you just don't know and you've got too many ideas buzzing around your head that makes it a bit more problematic. So let me know how you're getting on, and if you need any help, drop me a line, whatever. And until next time, I will speak to you again. But that was David Ralph, and that was Join Up Dots, because this is my job. This is what I do. This is what I love. It pays me very well, and you can do the same thing. You can find something out there that really lights you up and means that every morning you jump out of bed and go, yes, I'm not going to make love to you for the next 2 hours because I want to get out. I want to get out and do what I'm born to do. Go out and do it, people. And until next time, I will see you again. Cheers. See ya. Bye-bye. So you've now listened to the podcast, and are you interested in creating your own business? Because creating an online business isn't too hard as long as you do the research and you get the foundations in place and you have a strategy. Well, over the last 5 or 10 years, I've created multiple online businesses and cemented that information by interviewing so many people through Join Up Dots, and now I have a 4-stage strategy that can teach you how to do the same. Create a business that will bring income into your life, create freedom, and say goodbye to the alarm clock and the boss forever. Now, this is a 30-day program that I personally take you through, giving you all the steps that you need to do before you get to the stage of actually creating your business. You're pretty much guaranteed that the business is going to work as long as you put the effort into it afterwards. If that's of interest to you, then just go over to the Join Up Dots homepage and click on the 30-day course. There's a video of me, and you can just send a message through to me saying that you're interested. Do you want to register on the next course? And I will personally connect with you and talk you through it to make sure that you are fit for what I'm able to teach you. If that's of interest, as I say, go over to Join Up Dots, the 30-day business course, and I hope to speak to you soon.